Okay, we are starting our discussion. Today we are going to discuss about computer arithmetic. Now, so you please go through the chapter 10 of computer of the particular book, Computer Organization and Architecture by William Stallings, which I have already shared with you. Now, here the computer arithmetic is depend upon the ALU unit, the arithmetic logic unit. Now, this but here in the processor we have seen that uh, there is a control unit, there is some registers, as well as there is a most important thing that is present in a processor, that is arithmetic logic unit, which perform the arithmetic and logic operation. Means whatever the operation is performed, that is performed by ALU unit. Now, all the other components of CPU as well as all the other components of uh, computer like memory, IO, all facilitate these particular operations. Now, here the ALU have some set of inputs and outputs. Now, ALU have some, say you want to perform a particular addition operation. Now, here the addition operation you are going to perform, say x plus y. Now, here the particular the here value of x you have to retrieve from the memory and store it in a register in the CPU, as well as value of y you have to retrieve from the memory and store it in a register in CPU. Now, these two particular registers value you are going to use as a operand for this particular addition operation. So then the input for ALU will be the operand registers. Means operand register means the value of those registers. And this after this operation, the output will be stored in a result register. Say here R1, R2, you are performing the addition operation on the value of R1 and R2, and then you are storing the result back to R1 register. So that is the result register. Now, at the other inputs in ALU, that is control signal. Now, the control signal, there is two type of controller there. One is the hardware control and another is the microprogram control. We'll see the detailing later discussion. Now, this hardware control or the microprogram control, ultimately control signal's role is control each and every operation. Means what? Look, here just try to think that you are doing the addition operation of between two registers values R1 and R2. Now this addition operation should be performed fast, then the result will be stored in R1. So there is a sequence of operations. Sequence of operation means what? That sequence should not be violated. Means here you should means ALU should perform the R1 plus R2 this operation fast, and then only the result will be stored in the particular register R1, or you can say that store the result in a another register R3, whatever. Now here you see that the addition operation should be performed first, then only the storing of the result in the register happen. So how this thing will be controlled? This thing will be controlled by the control signal from the control unit. That the signal timing of the operation is that the operand means the values of R1 and R2 will be add added by the ALU, then the result will be stored in R3. So this timing thing is totally controlled by control signals. So ALU have this particular control signal. Now ALU have some particular output, that is flag bits. Now say uh, after a addition operation, there may be a overflow condition. So here this overflow condition will be represented by the flag bits. Means what? The overflow bits, a particular bit which representing the overflow condition will going to set, means that flag will going to, that overflow condition will be represented by the flag bit. So if there is no overflow, the flag bit value is 0. If there is a overflow, then the flag bit value is 1. So that flag bit is representing the overflow condition. So this particular overflow condition is represented by flag bit. Similarly, other several conditions can be represented by different flag bits. So this flag bits, setting the flag bits is the part of the output of arithmetic logic unit. Now, okay, we have the ALU which will going to perform the arithmetic logic unit. Now, here arithmetic operation means the uh, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division on integer, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division on float. Other logical operation means the and, or, not, nan, not, XOR, whatever the logical operations are present. So those logical operations will be performed by ALU. So here we are going to see that how the representation of the particular operand will going to means means what will be the representation of the particular operand. Means say it's a addition, subtraction, multiplication, division operation on integer, then how the integer should be represented, or it may be the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division on float, then how the float should be represented for the particular operation, means represented in the ALU, means ALU will going to perform the operation. So how the ALU means how the particular integer should be represented, so that the particular operation performed in the ALU on that represented form. So here the integer are represented in a particular integer can be represented in a form that is a signed magnitude form. Now this signed magnitude form, okay, here integer there is two categories. One is positive integer, another is a negative integer. Now representation of positive integer is very easy. Here you see that if we use 8-bit word, so it can represent number from 0 to 255. That means 8 times zeros, that is representing zeros. 8 times ones, that is representing 255. Now, if the number is non-negative, then binary representation of that particular number is very straightforward. But if the and here you this particular representation, you can say that unsigned, if there in general, if an n-bit sequence of binary digits like a n minus 1, a n minus 2, up to a1, a0. So here the a0, a1, these are the representing the binary digits. Means what? Say for example, this 7 times zeros, then 1. That means what? A0 is 1, then up to from A1 to A7, all the bits are zeros. So 8 times 1. 8 times 1 means from A0 to A7, all the bits are 1. So here, this set of bits can interpreted as an unsigned integer a, like say here the unsigned integer, the bits collection of bits are representing several unsigned integer like 0, 1, 41, 128 to 55. So then we can then the generate a, and so a's unsigned integer a's values can be represented by summation of I to the power 0, sorry, I equal to 0 to n minus 1, summation of the 2 to the power I ai from I to the power 0 to n minus 1. Now say this 2 to the power I ai is nothing but this particular bit values at each and every bit position. Means what? For 8 times 1 means 8 times once, the a0 is 1, a1 is 1. Now here 2 to the power I means what? For a0 the value of I is 0, so 2 to the power I means 0, so 2 to the power 0 is 1. In second means a, where the a0 a1 position, a1 position, the value of the, say in case of 255, the particular bit value is 1, so a1 is 1 and 2 to the power 1 is 2. So you have to sum up all the bit positions values and you will get the integer a. So here this is a general form which means which used for means non-negative integers. Now no, here look, the ALU is going to perform the operation on integer, but here the integer normal decimal number systems is ALU not perform based on decimal number system. ALU perform the means ALU is depend upon binary number system. So your number, your particular integer should be represented in binary form. Now that binary form, if it is a unsigned integer, then it is easy to represent. Now if it is a signed integer, means what, that minus sign is there. So then there is a particular representation, integer representation with signed magnitude. Signed magnitude means what? The first bit will be used for sign and the rest bit will be used for magnitude. Say for example, this particular plus 18. Now plus 18, here the convention is that if the number is positive number, then the here the n minus 1 bits, means in case of 8 bit, the A7 bit is used for sign purpose. So if it is 0, then the number is positive. If it is 1, then the particular number is negative. So here this 18 plus 18. So here you see that the sign bit, means A7 bit, is 0. Now in sign magnitude representation of the number integer, minus 18 is here. In minus 18, the particular sign bit is 1, and then rest 7 bit is representing the magnitude 18. So what will be the general case that can express this particular thing? Here A is a sign magnitude integer that can be represented if A n minus 1 n n look, if there is 8 bit, that means the bit positions are from A0 to A7. Now A7 is what? A7 is nothing but A n minus 1, means A 8 minus 1, A7. Now here, in case of sign magnitude, the magnitude part is represented by the bits from A0 to An minus 2. So here you see that summation of 2 to the power I ai from I equal to 0 to n minus 2. And if a n minus 1 equal to 0. So a n minus 1 equal to 0 means that sign bit is 0. That means it's a positive number, non-negative number. Now here, if the I equal to 0 to n minus 2, here should this highlighted part, here you please follow the highlighted part. I equal to 0 to n minus 2 to the power I ai. So in case of negative number, the a n minus 1 is 1. Means what? Here minus 18, 8 bit number. So A7 bit is 1, and the rest bit from A0 to A6 means A 8 bit. So n minus 2, A6 is representing the magnitude. Now there are several drawbacks of sign magnitude representation of the integer. So here one of that particular drawback is addition subtraction required a consideration of both sign of the numbers and their relative magnitude to carry out the required operation. In case of addition subtraction, you have to consider the particular sign of the both number and the relative magnitude to perform the required operation. So another problem with sign magnitude is that there is two representation. Please follow the highlighted part. There is two representation of zero. Two representation of zero means here plus zero. Say if we are using 8 bit to represent a particular integer. So here plus zero in decimal number system zero, that is represented by zero, represented in binary. So plus zero, in case of plus zero, the sign bit means A7 bit is zero, and from A0 to A6, all the particular bits are means zero. So here the A7 bits is representing the sign. So here it is zero means it is plus zero. Now here zero can also have the representation in sign magnitude form, that is minus zero. In case of minus zero, what? This sign bit will be one and the rest are zero. So here there is the ambiguity that zero have two representation, plus zero, minus zero. So this so it's then it's difficult for test the zero because uh, operation with zero is frequent in binary. The as the ALU is based on binary number system. So these particular drawbacks, whatever the sign magnitude represent have, this overcome by two's complement representation. And two's complement representation is used by ALU, and every number before perform of the operation, the number will be converted to two's complement, then the integer operation will perform. Means what? That you have to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division on integer. So the integer should be represented into complement form, and then only the particular number operation will be performed. So I think you are familiar with two's complement representation. So here the in case of two's complement, like the sign magnitude, two's complement representation uses the most significant bit as a sign bit. Now it's differ from the use of sign magnitude in the way that the other bits are interpreted. So here two's complement representation focus on the rule for producing negative number with no formal proof that scheme is valid. Here these are the advantage, the characteristics of two's complement representations and arithmetic. So here in case of two's complement representation, the range of the number that can be represented by two's complement representation is minus 2 to the power n minus 1, means n is the number of bit which is used to represent that number through 2 to the power n minus 1. minus 1. Okay. So in any normally how we transform a particular normal binary number into two's complement representation. Two's complement representation means we do the complement of bitwise complement, then addition of 1. That is a two's complement representation of that number. Now this two's complement representation of the number is convenient way for the arithmetic operations. Now, as per the characteristics of the two's complement representation and the arithmetic, first is the range. If the number of bits are n, then it will going to represent minus 2 to the power n minus 1. Minus to the power n minus 1 to the power n minus 1 minus 1. Then number of representation of 0 is 1, means in case of sign magnitude, we have seen that there is a particular problem with 0, like minus 0 plus 0. Now, sign magnitude can represent the minus 0 as well as plus 0. So here in two's complement, this is not allowed. Here only a single representation of 0 is there. Okay. Now in negation, the arithmetic operations like negation can be performed. Take the Boolean complement of each bit of the corresponding positive number, and then add 1 to the resulting bit pattern viewed as unsigned integer. So this is the process of the negation in case of two's complement. Then expansion of bit length. Here add additional bit position to the left and fill in with the value of the original sign bit. So expression of bit length, this is also allowed in two's complement. Then overflow rule, if two numbers with same sign, say both positive or negative, are added, then overflow occurs if only if the result has the opposite sign. And the subtraction rules is subtracts b from a, take two's complement of b and add it with a. Now here you see this subtraction rule is very important. When in case of normal sign magnitude, we have to perform the bitwise, means we have to perform the bitwise subtraction. In case of bitwise subtraction, the amount of computing power whatever required, here in two's complement arithmetic, means two's complement representation and arithmetic, these two are very important because ALU use the two's complement representation and arithmetic. So in case of subtraction, we are not at all performing any subtraction job. Here you see that the subtraction b from a. So here we take two's complement of b and add it to a, and that will going to give us the result. The subtraction result means a minus b. So here two's complement of b means what? Means 1's complement of b plus 1, that will going to give us two's complement of b, and then add that particular number with a, that will give us the a minus b, Means here in this subtraction, there is no subtraction operation. Now here subtraction operation is computationally expensive than addition operation. So if we can perform the job with only addition operation, that means that is much more computationally efficient. So here the 2's complement arithmetic subtraction rule is a very efficient one. Now, here you see that now we are going to see that representation of 2's complement. Now of an integer, say a is a positive integer, please follow the highlighted part. A is a positive integer, and sign, that means what, sign bit a n minus 1 is 0. So the it can be represented by in this form, that a equal to summation of your I from I equal to 0 to n minus 2. So here the n minus 2 up to n minus 2 means, so if there is 8 bits, number of bit is 8. So here from a0 to a6, the values means bits are representing the magnitude, and the a7 bits is representing the sign. Now here this is similar to the sign magnitude integer form. Sign magnitude also use this same particular equation to represent the particular integer. Now in case of negative number, in case of negative number, means what, a is less than 0. So the sign magnitude a n minus 1 is 1, and the remaining n minus 1 bits can take any one of the 2 to the power n minus 1 values. So here therefore the range of negative integers can be represented is form minus 1 to minus 2 to the power n minus 1. So here the negative integer means what, minus 1, minus 2, then up to minus 2 to the power n minus 1. 2 to the power n minus 1 is what, 2 to the power n minus 1 means n is number of bit. So here if the number of bit is 8, so here the negative number that can represented in 2's complement form, that is minus 1 to minus 2 to the power 8 minus 1, that is 2 to the power 7. So this range can be depend upon the number of bits. So now here the in case of negative number, the sign bit is 1, and the remaining n minus 1 bits means remaining n means if there are n number of bits, so 8 bits, so the a7 bits is 1, and remaining n minus 1 means remaining 7 bits can take any one of the 2 to the power n minus 1 values. Okay. Now this 2 to the power n minus 1 values, say here 2 to the power 0 or 2 to the power 1. So here 2 to the power 2, it have different particular uh, bit position have different values. Okay, so here different bit positions have different values. Now that values will depend upon AI also. Okay, so the equation which representing the two's complement negative the expression for negative number in case of two's complement representation is something like this, that capital A, the integer, equal to minus 2 to the power n minus 1 a n minus 1 plus the magnitude part. Now here in case of sign magnitude, this sign part means what? The particular value of a n minus 1 is 1. Here the particular value of a n minus 1 is a n minus 1 means 2 to the power minus 2 to the power n minus 1 into a n minus 1. So this is the difference. And so this particular in case of sign in case of two's complement representation, the negative numbers are represented by this expression. So here the magnitude part is same as sign magnitude. Means what? Summation of 2 to the power I into ai from I equal to 0 to n minus 2, as same as the sign magnitude. But the negative num means the sign representation is different. Here the minus 2 to the power n minus 1 to the power n minus 1 means what? Say here in case of 8 bit it is 2 to the power 7. Okay. Then a n minus 1, n minus 1 means that is a n minus 1 sign magnitude, means here in 2's complement also that thing will be 1. Okay, so here if it is 1, then it is negative number. So say for this equation 10.2, please follow the highlighted part. Defines the two's complement representation for both positive and negative number. How this particular expression is giving us positive and negative number? In case of positive number, a n minus 1 means what? That particular 8 bit means a7 bit is 0. So then whole this term will be 0. Means minus 2, if a n minus 1 equal to 0, the term minus 2 to the power n minus 1 into a n minus 1, it will be 0. So then the equation defines only a non-negative integer. Now here when the a n minus 1 equal to 1, then the term 2 to the power n minus 1 is subtracted from the summation term, yielding a negative integer. So here the summation term is what? This one. This part is summation part. Then if a n minus 1 is 1, that means what? Sign means, that means negative 2's complement number. So then here this will be subtracted, this will be subtracted from this summation result to get the 2's complement representation of the particular number. Means 2's complement to get the particular integer value, okay, from the 2's complement representation. So for of that negative number. So here this 10.2 is showing the representation of 4-bit integer in form of sign magnitude, in form of 2's complement, in form of biased. So here biased representation we are going to see it in the next class. Please focus on sign magnitude and 2's complement. Look here. In case of class 8, the sign magnitude 2's complement both are unable to represent class 8. Why? Because 4-bit. So the sign bit, 1 bit is used for sign. That 4-bit means what? A3 bit is used for sign. So how 8 can be represented? 7 we can represent from 0 to 7 by 2's sign magnitude and 2's complement if we are using 4-bit integer, and we are using 1 bit for the sign. So here plus 7 is 0 triple 1. In 2's complement also plus 7 0 triple 1. So here you see from plus 0 to plus 7 to sign magnitude representation and the 2's complement representation are same. Now here in case of plus 0, the sign magnitude representation is 0, 4 times 0. In 2's complement that is also 4 times 0. But here minus 0, sign magnitude representation is 1, then 3 times zeros, but here in 2's complement it doesn't represent the minus 0. Here what was the problem in with sign magnitude? Sign magnitude have the problem that it represents 0 in, it have two representation of 0, plus 0 and minus 0. But here minus 0 is not at all supported, means not at all supported in 2's complement representation. So that we going to clear the ambiguity, because here in binary number system the zero operation with zeros is frequent, and if zeros have two representation, plus 0 and minus 0, then it will be a difficult situation. So here in 2's complement there is only one 0 representation, and that is only the plus 0 representation. Minus 0 is not represented in 2's complement. Now let us see the particular minus 1. So here you see in sign magnitude the minus 1 is represented 1001. So here the A3 bit is the sign, and the rest 3 bit means A0, A1 and A2 is representing the magnitude. Now here you see that 2's complement representation. So what will be the 2's complement representation of minus 1? So what is the sign magnitude representation? 1001. In case of the, now in 2's complement minus 1, that means what? A3 bit will be 1. In all the from -0 to -8 for all the numbers, 2's complement representation, the sign bit will be 1. Now the next value bit will be whatever the binary representation, complement of that means 001, complement of that is what? 110 plus 1. That means what? 111. So here the -1 is represented by 1, that is sign, that is for sign, means negative, and then 111. So this is a 2's complement representation. So here 2's complement representation. Look here, 2's complement representation and 2's complement arithmetic. Both combinedly facilitate the uh, particular make the operations, means arithmetic operation in ALU in a much more simpler form. So here 2's complement representation doesn't allow +0 -0, it's only allow +0, means it's nullify the ambiguity which signed magnitude representation allow. And here so for today that's all. Next class we are going to see the biased representation as well as the range extension and the actual arithmetic operation. So you please share your roll number via chat box.